Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Oh my gosh. This is one of those days where you feel like it should be Friday already. I hope everybody had a fun Labor Day weekend. We had a super low-key Labor Day weekend, which was lovely. We were recuperating from the dreaded first round of back-to-school germs and bugs that came through our house, so that was really fun. Not fun. And so we just relaxed a lot and kind of recuperated. So actually that was lovely to just be able to hang out and have a low-key holiday weekend. So whether you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, I would love to hear what you did, what your favorite thing about Labor Day weekend was. That would be fun just to see what everybody else was up to. So if you want to leave that in the comments, that would be great. Before we dive in, I'd love to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Petro. I'm the owner of Dropleaf Communications, which is a marketing communications company here in Indianapolis. You can learn about that at dropleafco.com. And I also run an online course for women called Build Your Dream Business in 12 Weeks. And you can learn about that at jenpetro.com. And that actually launches next week. So I'm crazy excited about that, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But it has been so fun as the registrations have been rolling in for the online course. It has been so much fun to read a little bit about the women who are signing up. So I asked some questions in the registration form about kind of what their background is or what kind of business they're thinking about starting. And it is so diverse. I have, let's see, just to name a couple, I have a lawyer, a graphic designer, some writers, an elder care advisor. Let's see what else. Someone who's starting a distillery. How fun is that? I hope to be her first client, her first customer. A spiritual advisor, a mentor, a nonprofit related thing. And so anyway, it's just, those are just a few, but it's so fun to see how diverse the women who are coming into the group are going to be. There's age diversity too, which I think is going to make it a lot of fun. And another thing that's really different is how firm these women are on their business idea. So there are women coming into the course who they know what they want to do. They've been planning and thinking and dreaming about this for a long time, and they're just ready to hit the ground running. And then there are women on the totally other end of the spectrum who, you know, they have a passion or a talent or a skill set that they want to bring to the world, but you know, they're feeling like they just want to vet this out a little bit, and they want to kind of test the waters and, you know, just take that one step in that direction to kind of see if this is something that they really want to do, which I think that's really exciting too, and I applaud that just as much. So it's just going to be really fun to see how diverse the group is. And you know, another thing that sets people apart, I think, is some of these women are planning to, I mean, they're ready to go, and so their plan is to be with us week by week as the course kicks off next week, and they're going to, you know, be there for the live teaching sessions. They're going to do the homework each week, and their plan is that at the end of the 12 weeks, they're going to be ready to launch their business and to hit the ground running, and I guess it would be first quarter of next year, which is awesome. And there are also women who just want to do it at their own pace, which is totally fine too. So for the course, people don't even have to be there for the live teaching sessions, since I record them and make the recordings available. So there are people who are just going to kind of soak up the knowledge and have the recorded teaching sessions and the homework and all that kind of stuff. And when they're good and ready, they're going to run with it. So I think that that's, you know, just as well. And so everybody's kind of coming from a different place. They're coming from a different background. And so I think that's really exciting. But I would say the one thing that I feel like everyone does have in common from what I've gathered so far is just this idea of these people are going to go from beyond just having a dream and talking about something and dreaming about something to actually acting on it, which is so admirable and so hard to do. There's a quote by Steve Jobs that I love. I don't know where he said it or when he said it, but he said, "Real artists ship." And that just means that idea of going from just having an idea to actually acting on it. And that is so hard to do. So often we let fear of failure, perfectionism, ooh, that's a bad one, at least for me. We let these things block us and put a stranglehold on our dreams. And it's so easy to let those things become an excuse forever taking action. And so that is one thing that I feel like all these women have in common, that they have this dream and they're just gonna take a step in the right direction. And so that's huge, and I'm so proud of them for doing that. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with Strengths Finders. It's a Gallup tool. I think it's Gallup. It's like a personality assessment kind of tool, and I've taken the test several times over the last 10 years, and two of my top strengths are learner and input, which means that I have a tendency to want to just gather and gather information. So I can research something to death, and that can be a strength, right? But for me, I have to be careful because those strengths can cause inaction. So, you know, before I launched Drop Leaf Communications, my business, you know, I did so much research. I read tons of business books. I had coffee with business owners constantly. I read blogs and listened to podcasts and you name it. And I remember one day, and that stuff was great. Let me back up by saying that was really important, and I learned a ton, and it was super valuable. But I remember one day being like, okay, I could continue to research this to death and feel like I just have to learn more, or I just have to, you know, ask one more person this question. But I got to the point of saying like, or I can just do it. I can just do it. And I knew that if I didn't, that day I remember thinking, if I don't launch this or at least take a step in that direction right now, then I'm never going to do it. And I look back and think, oh, it's so terrifying to think that I might not have done that. I'm so thankful that I was able to push past that, and it's not easy. I mean, it's just not easy to do. Perfectionism, and that's definitely one of my huge weaknesses, it's a killer. It's a killer. And so for the women who have signed up for the course already, congratulations. I'm so excited to work with you next week, and I just applaud you for being able to push past that, any limiting beliefs or things that were kind of holding you back. And if there are any of you on the fence, I get it. I get it. I totally do. There's another quote, and I don't know who has said this, and you can hear it said a bunch of different ways, but it's a quote that's really become a mantra of mine, and that is, you don't have to get it perfect, you just have to get started, or you just have to get going. And that is huge for me, and so often that's all it takes, is that one next step to just build momentum and get going. And that doesn't have to be starting a business. That could be, you know, a project or a hobby, you know, wrapping up a project and just shipping it like Seth Godin talks about, or, you know, initiating a relationship, or whatever it is. It just takes getting started so often. And I mean, I'm preaching to myself here, trust me, because this is something that I still struggle with. In fact, I have 2 projects today that I'm committed to just shipping, because I've been honing them and perfecting them, and it's just time. It's time to ship them, and it just feels so good when you do that, doesn't it? It's just like, ooh, out the door. Love it. Anyway, I digress. But I just want to encourage you, if starting a business is something that you have wanted to do or have noodled on doing, and thought about doing, I would encourage you to go to my website. It's jenpetro.com. It's JenPetro.com. The class registration ends this Thursday night. So in 2 days at midnight, registration will close for the first course, which launches next week then. So you don't have much time, but if you go to the website, you can read all about the course. It's got kind of the breakdown of week by week, what we're going to cover, all the topics from the basics of setting up a business to branding your business, giving an identity and messaging, and then marketing, social media, websites, launching your business, all that kind of stuff. Boy, that was a mouthful. Can you tell I've said that a few times? And so it's all laid out there. You can learn more about me. You can learn more about the format of the course and what that's going to look like. And then there's a registration form right on the page. So right at jenpetro.com, you can sign up. And again, it's going to close Thursday night, which is crazy. But I'm already so excited about the women who signed up. If this is something you are interested in doing, feel free to comment on this. If you have questions, you can comment on this video, or you can contact me through the website. There's a form on there and my contact information. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you. And yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And again, whether it's starting a business or just something that's been on your plate long enough, I would just encourage you today to just ship it. I just like saying that. Just ship it. I think I need a t-shirt that says that. So anyway, thank you guys. I'm off to ship some projects. Yay! Bye.